All right. Okay. Well, look who's here. Hi, Ray. How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Look at all that fancy haircut you got. Right.
Pretty nice.
All right. Well, I'm still missing Josh is not here.
Mm.
All right. Luke Franco's not here. Daniel Ling. Daniel, where are you? Daniel's not here. Pinotti and Marquis Stinson. Okay, they all get zeros for the day. What I'm doing is I'm putting a class participation grade in every day of class. If you show up and you're active, you get 100.
Sir,
If
Marquise
you don't
is
show
trying,
up, you get a 0. And if you log out in the middle, you get a 50.
Sir, Marquise is trying to join.
Where is he?
Did you get me, sir?
He's going to put, read. So, all right. Matt, you keep up with who shows up.
Yes, sir. Mr. McCarthy.
Yes.
Josh.
Out the sheet right now, so I'll be able to mark it down.
Okay. Well, there's supposed to be 15 of you and me, 16 people on this chat. We've only got 9 students. So, oh, well, look who's here. Mackay. My God. What are you doing in school?
Chilling.
Chilling. I know. Not learning, just chilling.
That blanket is so.
All right, so let's get moving on. We're in this chapter 19. And it's about the first 3 commandments. Like I said in my lecture last week, the first 3 about our relationship with God, and the last 7 are about man's relationship with each other. And the first 3 are the most important. A lot of countries take the last 7 and use them in their laws: don't kill, don't steal. But they rarely put the first 3 in any civil action. All right, so the first commandment: I am the Lord thy God. There shall not have false gods before me. Well, hey, Luke, I'm glad you could make it today. Better late than never. And so those that haven't muted, mute yourself and then unmute when you want to talk so you don't disturb the rest of us. All right, so we're talking about having false gods. Why? Yeah, get that hair straight, Luke. The Jews would say their God is a jealous God, right? They would make golden calves and bronze bulls, and they would worship statues and things. And it ticked God off. That's why he destroyed some of the tribes, gave them plagues and things, because he was a jealous God, right? Luke, why should we respect God?
Because he created us.
Yeah, that's right. He's the supreme architect, the supreme being. Not just that he created you, he keeps you in existence. If God could snap his finger, you'd be gone. Poof, right? Mr. Howden just took a breath. Whose air did he just breathe? God's air, right? So that's why we need to respect him, but most importantly, he wants us to love him. And the two go hand in hand. You can't love something you don't respect. And the greater you love, the greater the respect for it. So, false gods in the old days, like I said, were statues of bronze and gold. Or if you're in the Greek world, they were mythological gods, right? Neptune and Zeus, right? And if you're in the Aztec world, it'd be the sun god, right? Or the rain god. All of them alluded to something higher power than the man, but the highest of power is our God, right? So today, well, Pinotti, you made it. Better late than never.
Sir, I didn't even know that I was using Mr. Busman's email.
Uh-huh. Well, you were late for class. That's 2 different.
Sir, I didn't even know the code. I had to ask people.
Well, I posted it. I sent you an email yesterday with a code.
I didn't get an email.
I sent an email to every student in
My email's been acting up the past week because I didn't get Mr. Busman's email until my mom had
to see you, Daniel.
Mike.
Saw your mother yesterday. It was nice seeing her. All right, so y'all mute out your voices unless you need to answer a question or talk to me, so we don't have noise. All right, so we're back to the first commandment. Today, everybody is not muted because I hear a lot of background noise.
Well,
Josh
that's
Daniels
not
is not muted. Wes
I got a
is not
question.
muted.
I got a
What's your
question.
What is it?
Why is Finodi wearing his uniform?
Well,
Oh.
he's a good cadet.
He looks cute. I don't know what you're talking
Pinoti, what the hell are you wearing?
That's enough, Daniel. This is
Why is
Daybreak.
Tucker in here?
Hey, this
I've
is
been
Yeah,
wearing it like
Tucker.
all day.
mute. Everybody mute, or I will mute the whole class.
Is Zane Druid here?
Onion is not even supposed to be in here.
Okay,
TD
Is
up.
Zane Druid?
I'm gonna mute all. Okay, now you're going to all get muted, and then I'll unmute you when you raise your hand. Okay. Now, Mackay has disappeared again, so if he's not there, he's off the air. Ah, there he is. Don't you get it? All right, so today you guys have false gods, and they're not goats, golden goats, or bronze cows. That's anything you put above God, higher than your creator, is a false god. Some of you, sports is a false god. Nothing wrong with sports. Nothing wrong with loving a good game, right? But when you put that above your creator, then that's a breach of the first commandment. Greed, lust, pornography, all can be false gods, right? So breaching that commandment is a serious one because it's a direct offense against your creator, right? Now, with the first commandment comes the theological virtues. Reed, what are the three theological virtues? I'm going to unmute you. Unmute. I think I can unmute you. There you go. Whoop, I did it again. All right, Reed, what are the theological virtues?
I don't know.
Who do you want to help?
I think Lingo should help.
Lingo, where's Daniel? I don't even see Daniel. Oh, there's Daniel right there. I think that's Daniel. Daniel?
Faith, hope, and charity.
Yeah. All right. So we're going to discuss faith.
Yeah,
Hope.
Reed.
Yeah, we're going to discuss faith, hope, and charity. All right. Faith is believing in something that's transcendent. You can't see God. You can't see angels, right? You have to trust in God's teachings to be true. So it takes faith to do those things. It doesn't take faith to believe that an airplane flies because you can see it fly, right? But it takes faith to believe in God that's in life after death and going to heaven or hell, right? And understanding transcendence. So, and the deeper your faith, the better your understanding is of God and His requirements, so to speak, right? Hope is the second virtue. If you didn't have hope for a better life, you have it in your daily life. You hope to get to college. You hope to get drafted to the NFL or the NBA, right? You have these hopes for the worldly life. You hope to get rich. You hope to have a good-looking wife, right? Well, some of you may hope for an ugly wife, but that's up to you guys. But you understand the term, what hope, by Nate, you know what the term hope is in the worldly life. But hope in a spiritual life, you can be. Stop that, okay. Hope in a spiritual life is hope for life after death with God, eternal happiness, heaven versus hell, right? So we have hope that God is a loving God, a forgiving God, right? Merciful God. If He wasn't merciful, Mackay, if you keep doing that, I am going to lock you out of the class and send you over to the Commandant's Zoom. Got it? Now stop all that side talking. All right. You're getting graded for your participation in this, gentlemen. So if you all play around, you're getting bad grades, right? So be careful. What is the opposite of hope? Nick, let me get you unmuted there, Nick. But, well, maybe it doesn't want to unmute you. What's the opposite of hope?
I don't know, disbelief.
No, it's called despair. When you give up, you throw in the towel. a lot of times when people either lose a job, lose their wives or children, or somebody dies, or they turn out they got the Chinese coronavirus, they go into despair and they give up, right? And that's despair is actually a sin because it's a sin against hope. It means God can't fix things. You throw in a towel and there's nothing anybody can do, nothing God can do. And when you take that position, then you've committed a sin against hope, right? Judas went into despair. Yes, sir, I'm coming to you right there, Wes. Let me get it unmuted. What you got?
Drink?
Speak a little louder.
Can I go get something to drink?
Yeah, as long as it's not alcoholic.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
You're welcome. But come right back. I'm watching you. All right, so we're still missing, we have 15, that's 14 students out of 15 students. So who is missing? So Lucas is not on there, is he? Seeley. All right. I think that's all. Josh, is Josh on there? Oh, there's Josh right in front of me. Hi, Josh. Okay. So we get the 3 theological virtues at baptism infused in us, right? Okay, I got a good one for somebody. Let's see who's got it. Oh, Dixie Crack. Got one for you. As soon as it unmutes you. It doesn't want to. Oh, yeah. Dixie, what is religious freedom?
It's like when you can like believe in like any religion you want. You don't have to believe in one certain religion.
There are some limitations to what we call religious freedom. Welcome back, Nate. It means you can't be coerced into believing something, forced into a religious belief, right? That's what the freedom part of it is. But it also means that you've got the obligation and the capacity to seek the truth about religion, right? It does not give you the freedom to deny the existence of God, right? That Pinotti put his uniform on to come to class. That was so nice of him. So it doesn't give you the right to deny the existence of God. Luke, are you on? He's got something in front of his face that's blocking it, but that's probably a good thing for all of us that we can't see his face. All right, so with that religious freedom, you have the right to seek the truth. Now, why is it good for Christians to know the beliefs of other religions? Luke, take that thing off your face. It's distracting. It is better looking than you, but it's distracting. Let me see who's going to answer that. Josh, I haven't asked Josh a question. Josh, let me unmute you, buddy, if I can.
All right.
All right. Why is it good for Christians to know the beliefs of other religions, other Christian religions?
I guess to see I don't really know how they see God in a way.
Well, here's the thing. If you know and have some understanding of your own religion, and then you seek out other religions and find the differences, right? Most Christian religions have a core common belief, that Christ is the Son of God, there's a heaven, there's a hell. But when you start studying their actual teachings, you find the differences. Who's Makai? Where are you? You want your hand up, but I can't see you. All right. I'm going to take Luke. If you keep this up, I am going to take you out of the room. Where's Makai? Okay, there you go, Luke. Okay, let me see how to. Luke, I'm going to expel you from the class. Luke, I'm going to expel you from the class and send you over to the commandant's meeting. Okay?
Wait, for what?
Because you keep putting up pictures of Trump and distracting the
Sir,
class.
it's doing that by itself whenever I try it. Because I usually press the space bar to to
Well,
talk, but then it stops the video because my bad, sir. I didn't know I was doing that.
All right, so back to you, Josh, on this concept of studying other religions. If you were a Catholic, let's say, we teach abortion is wrong, divorce is not acceptable, marriage is for life. We have these different religious beliefs.
Oh, wait, I guess to like see that's a good example, like how different ones like believe like it's okay like for abortion and then
Yeah,
Catholics believe.
and you see why and talk to them or debate the subject matter brings you better understanding of your beliefs, right? And it helps you seek the truth, right? Instead of having your head in a hole, a lot of Catholics just are taught to go to grade school, high school, college, and are just taught the church. But they never go into it to see what the real meanings of it are. So when you start talking and debating with other people, it deepens your faith, right? You'll find that most Protestant religions have some different belief in the Catholic Church that is easier, right? Not as hard to keep up with, because that's why they were started. The Catholic Church hadn't changed in 2,000 years. Henry VIII couldn't get a divorce. So he starts a religion. It was easier if he started a religion so he could get a divorce, right? So if you start studying all the various Christian religions, you'll find that most of them have tenets that are socially easier. Panoti, what do you think?
Like they have like the same like core value, but like different beliefs within it.
Exactly, right. And the more you study, the greater understanding you have of your own religion, right? All right. So there are sins against the virtue of religion. There's sins against the commandments. There's sins against faith, right? So let's talk about some of the sins against faith. There are two main ones: voluntary doubt and involuntary doubt, right? So if you doubt the existence of God or the tenets of the church, then that is a sin against faith. Sin against hope would be despair, which is the opposite of hope. That was what Judas did, right? And the opposite of despair is presumption. All right. So one side says, despair says, I'm too sinful, I'm too bad, God can't forgive me, right? And so you just throw in a towel because God will never forgive me. Presumption is the opposite of that, saying that, God's going to always forgive me. He's always going to let me off the hook. Right, Nate? Yeah. Nate, what you doing, buddy? Yeah, don't pick your nose. All right. So the presumption, despair, the two sins against that. There are a bunch of sins against love. Indifference, lack of commitment to the faith, right? So if you're indifferent and have a lack of commitment, that's a sin against love. Ingratitude. Most of y'all have ingratitude towards your God. He gives you so much. He gave you life to start.
One exception, the lifestyle is terminal.
Who is speaking? I can't hear somebody speaking. Do I have any more on hand? Nope. All right. So, oh, you got your hand up, Makai. Excuse me. Let me get you. I see that. I never saw. Well, what happened? It jumped away from me. Hold on a minute.
Hello, sir.
All right. Now, I never saw that little hand sign up in the corner. So what's your question, sir?
Oh, nothing. Nothing.
Nothing?
Nope.
Then we'll put your hand on, son. Lower hand. I just lowered your hand. That's that. I never saw that feature before. Okay, Daniel, what you got, Daniel?
Where's Marquise?
Marquise is right there, I think, but he's probably checked out. We'll just, Marquise, are you with us? Oh, that's not Marquise Bamman. Oh, he never checked in. So he got a 0. Make sure Marquise gets a 0. Who is that? Vanderwood, you're not supposed. Yeah, I'm coming to you.
Enos.
Hold
Yeah, Marquise is the only one who didn't come.
All right, well, who is this? Baannndoo Bandadoo?
That's Zion.
Oh, that's Zion, and he's gone.
Yeah, that's Zion, sir.
Okay, so Mark Zion AWOL.
No, he's here. It's just his camera's off.
Yeah, well, he's off too.
Zion, turn your camera on.
Yeah, there you go, Zion.
Zion, you're supposed to be at a desk.
You're supposed to be watching me when you go away.
Have a desk, lingo.
Boy, I wish I had this button in class. I could mute him with a push of a button. Whoa, isn't that great? Okay, so the second sin against love is ingratitude, right? Indifference, ingratitude, not thanking God for all the great things he does for you, right? Spiritual sloth. Pinoti, what are you eating? It looks good. Chewing. All right, spiritual sloth or acedia, sadness, dejection, right? Another one is lukewarmness, right? Not having a deep passion for your God. Nathaniel's got a deep passion for his God, doesn't he? Yeah, okay. And hatred for God, like the guy in that movie, I hate God, right? Well, that'll put you in hell, won't it? What are you doing, Reed? Wait a minute, Reed. Reed,
Yes.
what are you doing?
Wearing a helmet.
A Steelers helmet at that?
Yeah.
Oh, can't you pick a better team?
No, I can't.
Nah, okay. Wait, all right. Kelly didn't want us to see him. He's all you can see is that top of his blonde hair because he's doing something he doesn't want y'all to see. All right. So faith, hope, and charity have sins against them, but they're great virtues for life. They're the virtue of religion, right? The sins against religion, idolatry, worshiping a false god, superstition. Superstition is a cultural thing. Some countries, some peoples are considerably more superstitious than others. You go down in the, right, Daniel? You go down in the bayou of Louisiana and they do voodoo. They're very superstitious people. But for centuries, the Irish were very superstitious. A black cat runs across your front is bad luck, right? My father was so superstitious of black cats, if one ran across in front of the car, he'd stop, back up, and go around the block instead of cross where the black cat was. That's some old Irish wives' tale about witches and black cats, right? But superstition is a sin against religion, right? Divinization, using occult powers to attempt to predict the future, right? Ouija boards, crystal balls, going to palm readers. What are you doing, Pinoti? Like you're riding a horse. Magic, and not the kind of magic that you pull a rabbit out of a hat or card tricks, right? That's not a sin. That's entertainment. But using the occult and appealing to dark forces is a very deep sin, right? And irreligious is just being non-religious is a sin against religion. Now the second commandment, don't take the Lord's name in vain, right? If you loved him, you wouldn't take his name in vain, right? Some people without class, people that men are not gentlemen, use the term God damn it or Jesus Christ all the time in their vernacular. Now, their intent is not to blaspheme God, right? It's not the pure blatant damning God, but it is quite disrespectful to God. We're going to unmute Mr. Pinoni and see what's so funny and what he's up to. Takes me 3 clicks to unmute you guys, sometimes 4. It doesn't want to unmute you, Pinoti. There you go. Now tell us what's going on that's so funny. What do you got in your mouth? Daniel, settle down, boy. Ah, okay. Put you back on mute. All right, so the second commandment, taking the Lord's name in vain, is classless, it's crass to, disrespect God verbally in public like that. It shows that you've got low breeding or whatever you want to call it. Something's entertaining Reed a whole lot. I don't know what it is, but he got a big smile on his face. So I can tell you how serious it is in taking the Lord's name. If you go to court in this country and you had to put your hand on the Bible and take an oath, I swear to tell the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help me God, and you do it on the Bible, the judge takes that as a solemn oath made with God as a witness. And it's so serious that if you lie and break that oath, he puts you in prison, right? So even the judicial system recognizes the strength of an oath to God, right? So if you take his name in vain and disk him, it's a grave and serious issue to it, right? Where's Dixie? Let me find Dixie again. Somewhere. There's Dixie. Hi, Dixie. Have you ever taken an oath on a Bible?
No.
Oh. Would you ever lie after doing it?
Nope.
Why wouldn't you?
Because that would be using God's, it'd be basically like using God's name.
That's right. Be very, very bad, very bad. Let me go see what Kelly's up to. He's sort of hiding his face. He doesn't want us to see that smiling face of his. What you doing down there behind the screen there, Kelly?
Nothing, sir. I was just writing down notes.
Oh, well, that's good. That's good because we got a test next week. Next Tuesday, we're going to have a test. Surely are. All right, so if the judge takes swearing an oath to God's name that serious that he puts you in prison for breaking it, you need to take it seriously. Here's the phrase in St. Paul said, God has highly exalted Jesus Christ and bestowed on him a name which is above all other names, that at the name of Jesus every knee shall bend and head shall bow in heaven and on earth and under the earth, and every tongue profess that Jesus Christ is Lord, to the glory of God his Father, right? So St. Paul tells us that every time you hear the name of Jesus, you should bow. And you'll see Catholics do that constantly, especially during Mass. It's a form of giving respect to the name of Jesus, right? Now, the third commandment is the one that you guys break the most, right? Oh, let's get to the sins against the name of God, right? Swearing a false oath of promise. In other words, like I said, going in court and swear to God to tell the truth, then you lie. That's breaking an oath. It's called a false oath. And then, of course, blasphemy. And I doubt if any of y'all actually blaspheme God, right? All right, the third commandment is the one y'all break the most, keeping holy the Sabbath. And it's because a lot of you have no power or authority to go to church on Sunday. You're at the whims and will of your parents. You got a question there, Zion? Were you raising your hand, sir? No? Okay. God created the world in 6 days and he rested on the seventh. Now I'm going to eat my Chick-fil-A. Eat my Chick-fil-A. God expects us to rest on the seventh. I'm coming with a question there now. Hold on. Let me get you unimputed. There you go. Oh, go ahead.
Why does Reed have a dog?
Well, I have a dog.
Why is it in his lap, sir? I don't think that's allowed.
Oh, he's getting an education. I used to bring my dog to class.
Sir, does that mean I can go get my dog?
No, let's don't make a dog and pony
Sure,
show.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna go get my dog.
No, no.
Sure. I'm getting him right now. Look, he's right here.
BCP OAC number 20 meeting.
Can he join?
Did you give him a bath?
No.
Well, you can come get mine a bath.
He smells terrible.
Well, he lives with you.
Yeah, I probably will.
Hey, we're recording this for posterity, so I'm putting you on mute, son. There you go. All right. So 6 days God labored, and so it was good. He rested on the seventh. And he expects man to do the same, to spend some time worshiping him and giving him praise, and then spend time with your family and entertain yourself. Play golf, go fishing, but not servile work. Now, up until the, I guess, 60s, nobody worked on Sunday. No stores were open. Most gas stations were closed. People had family dinners. They'd visit relatives, their grandmother, the families would all gather, right? That's what the world did for thousands of years. On Sunday, they rested. Well, then along comes this company called 7-Eleven. Open 7 in the morning, 7 at night, 7 days a week. Well, people got jobs. They wanted to work. They make them work on Sunday or they won't keep the job. In Walmart, all of them started opening. Restaurants started opening on Sunday. So now people are forced to work on Sunday, even if it's against their wishes. Can anybody name a company, a real prominent company that closes every Sunday? Hold on, let me open up some of them here. All right, who you got?
Obviously Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, right there, my Chick-fil-A. You know what? They make just as much money in 6 days as they would have made in 7. Because people respect them for being closed on Sunday and giving their employees off. I'm coming to you, Josh. Hold on, I'm getting you unmuted. How did you get that hand up? One of them, you had a button that pushed it, gave me a little sign. Go ahead, Josh.
Sweet Frog.
Which one?
Sweet Frog, the little frozen yogurt place.
Oh, they don't open on Sunday?
They close on Sundays.
Yeah, I never eat frozen yogurt, so I wouldn't know. Right? Reed is over there doing something funny. Hi, Reed. So, I mean, it's good, these companies that, Luke, are you still there? Sheely? Okay, keep your head up. I think you fall asleep on me. It's good for these companies to be closed on Sunday. If we go back to it, nobody lose any money. They'd make as much money in 6 days as they would with 7. Actually make more because they wouldn't be paying employees on 7. People would buy everything got to buy in 6 days and rest on Sunday and nobody lose a dime. But once one restaurant stays open, another one got to stay open to keep the competition, right? And it got out of hand. Maybe this coronavirus is going to change all that. Now everything's closed 7 days a week, 24/7, right? What do you got on your head, Zion? God. Whew. All right, back to the book. We've only got about 10 more minutes. All right, so keeping holy the Sabbath refers to worshiping your God on Sunday and not doing manual labor and entertaining each other. But a lot of y'all have no power to get to church, even if you want to. And so until you are up and mobile with your own vehicles, you have little responsibility. Now, if you don't want to go and you tell you, I'm not going to church this Sunday, heck, but I want to go play soccer, then you're sinning. You're culpable for that sin, right? What are you doing, Daniel? All right. So sins against the third commandment. Failing to fill your Sunday obligation, failing to rest on Sunday and doing servile work, right? Simple as that. The last 7 commandments, like I said, deal with how man lives with each other. So the first 3, we're given the parameters of how to respect God and how to worship God. And that's the basis of having, beginning a love relationship with your God. Right? If you keep breaking the first 3 commandments, you're screwing yourself, to tell you the truth, and you're missing out on something that's phenomenal. A personal relationship with God is the most phenomenal thing that happens to a human being. And I do hope and I pray that each one of you have the opportunity to find that out. Some of you will never do it. Some of you will never take the time to try and meet your God and get to know him on a personal basis. But I can tell you, you're not completing the human experience, right? You talk about breaking a commandment in the law of God. You know what simple disobedience is, Benoni? You know what disobedience is? Yeah, when your mother tells you not to do something, you sneak around and do it anyway, right? See, it sounds like how you do it all the time, right? Every one of you do something disobedient. They tell you to go to bed and cut your lights out, and you're still playing with something, doing something to be disobedient. Well, think of simple disobedience. Adam and Eve committed an act of simple disobedience. Hey, do anything you want, but just don't eat that apple. Simple disobedience cost them everything. It made them have to work for food or starve to death. Pains of childbirth, pain and suffering, and death. All that came into play for a simple sin of disobedience. Zion, you better start paying attention to my talk, or I tell you what, some of the teachers are making y'all write notes on these lectures and submit them as classwork. If you keep not paying attention and keep screwing around, I will start doing that. And if you don't pay attention, you can't write the proper notes and your grade will tank. Now, I don't want to have to do that because it's a lot of work for me, but that's where it's going to go. You got your hand up? You want a question, Zion? All right, you're unmuted.
Why am I always getting picked on?
Because you're not paying attention. I'm looking at your video on the screen. I'm
looking right at you.
Yes, now you are. Now you are.
If it's online, I'm always the one in trouble.
Yeah, of course. Hold on, let me get this one up here. I'm coming, my guy. What you got?
Sir, have you ever played COD?
What'd you say?
Have you ever played COD, sir?
Say it again. My hearing.
Have you ever played COD?
Yeah.
Have you ever played COD, sir?
Cards? Like poker? Card game?
COD, like COD.
COD, no. Don't know what it is. Never heard of it, son. Never heard of it.
Oh.
Well, I guess from Matthew's laughing, I guess there's something funny about that I'm missing. Matthew, what was so funny? And remember, you're being recorded.
I don't know.
Was that something disrespectful that he said?
I don't even know if it would be considered disrespectful.
Okay, hold on. I'm going down to Pinotti.
It's just a game.
Oh, it's just a game.
It's a video game.
Video game. Okay, well, I don't play video games. That's for chillins. And I've been long past being a child. All right. So simple disobedience is what cost all of us to suffer, have to go to school, have to go to work, sickness, and death from a simple sin. Just think about the greater sins, blasphemy, taking the Lord's name in vain, right? Missing the opportunity to go to church and worship Him. There are a lot graver sins than simple disobedience. You imagine what the punishment's going to be like for y'all for breaking those commandments? Woo-wee. My famous saying, you're going to hell, boy. All right. So can't figure out how to give you this test next week without it being open book because I can't control you. Right, Luke? Yeah. And then I also had some people sharing I got typewritten answers, and they were exact same from person to person. I think that's called answer sharing, right? Same format. At least if you share your answers with somebody, have enough sense to rewrite them. Hold on a minute. Go ahead, Luke.
Well, technically it's not cheating because we all have the same questions.
Yeah, well,
So,
but
like-
I'm saying when I get a typed sheet with all the answers, and it's the exact same typed sheet from 2 or 3 people, I know one person did it and just sent it around to everybody. Said,
Maybe
yeah.
I'm jumping ahead of the gun here. At Richfield, where we currently have the drive-through dam and the new scales.
Who is that talking? Or somebody in your background? All right. So I got to decide whether I'm going to keep doing the standardized test, which you can just open your book and get all the definitions and make it easy. There's 21 or 20 or 21 vocab words on this test. So I might be better off making it essays, right? Short answers. Hold on, Reed's got something funny going on. And there's Luke got his Trump picture up there. What's about Reed? Nothing. You're seeing something I don't see. I'm missing things. Hold on, let me unmute you a minute. What do you see that I don't see?
Nothing. Colin's just weird.
Well, yeah, Colin's weird, of course. He's been weird ever since we've known him, right? I'm getting to you. Hold on, Colin. What
Don't
you
make it essays, please.
You want essays?
No.
Yeah, but that way I could get a feeling whether you really
Yeah,
understand.
but sir, I suck at essays. That's like why I'm bad at English.
Huh. Nate, you want essays, short answers, or you want? I'm unmuting you. What do you want?
No essays.
Well, how am I going to give you a decent test that you don't just look at all up on the book and get 100?
I promise I won't.
Would you swear on the Bible?
Sir, you know me. I would never cheat.
Sir, I can't do that, sir.
Yeah, because you know the consequences of breaking the oath to God. That's what I ought to do is make you all come on here and swear on the Bible to God. Hold on, I'm coming to you, Zion. What
Sir, if I take any of my quizzes, I do not cheat.
Oh,
Cap.
Well, technically,
How do you know? But
if
how
I
do you know
send a
that's a
quiz,
cap?
if I
How
send
would
a
you know
quiz,
it's a cap?
Zion, you know you get points off if you wear any sweatshirts or head like.
if I send a quiz,
But no, Panati.
it's not cheating you.
You wearing a freaking hat?
Is that thing you're wearing pink, Zion?
Yeah.
Faggot.
Did you go to St. Christmas at one time?
No.
Oh, okay. All right. So you've got some very difficult words to understand in the back of this book. That's why I want you to finish reading the chapter and study this stuff between now and next class on Thursday so we can review, because the following class after that is going to be the test I'll be sending out, right? You got a word called acedia, A-C-E-D-I-A, which is spiritual sloth. Most of you don't know what sloth is, let alone acedia. So you need to grasp these terms in here. This is only got 4 days next week before we get out of this mess and go on vacation. So we got to get through it. Now, like I said, you're being graded for every class with the class participation grade. And where did Pinotti go? He just disappeared again. And I'm watching you, Pinotti. So if you don't show up to your class, you get a 0 for class P for that day. That's 15% of your grade. So I think we only had one not show up. Okay. So all your vocabulary are dealing with what we just discussed: indifference, ingratitude, voluntary and involuntary doubt. Oh, the difference between an oath and a vow. I'm coming, Pinotti. I remember that's a question that's on your test. Yes, Pinotti.
Am I getting points off because I was late because I didn't know what to do, where to go?
You mean nobody's ever told you where to go before?
I mean, I looked him. I wanted Mr. Busman's email.
Well, you'd rather go to Mr. Busman than come to me. That's fine.
I didn't know you sent an email.
You know how to get on my class now on, don't you? But I emailed you the link yesterday.
Let me check.
Check and see. You go look and see. Everybody should have got it. And it's posted in a class announcement.
I didn't go on Blackboard because it's broken, I thought.
Well, it's broken to the point that I can't grade your quizzes because I can't open them till they get it fixed. Yes, I am. Looks good. Oh, this mute button is so fun. All right, so we've got 5 more minutes. Anybody got, what does that say? Hold on, I can't see it, but no, what does it say? That's it. That's the email I sent you, isn't it? Yeah. And you didn't know where to find it. Yeah. You didn't know I had your address, did you? Yeah. All right. Anybody got any questions about the first 3 commandments? Class B, raise your hand, you get more points.
What was the question?
I figured you'd get your hand up. Go ahead there. Hold on, I get you back up, Nate. What you got?
What was the question?
Do you have any questions about the first 3 commandments? Do you have full understanding and knowledge of them?
I know full understanding.
Oh yeah, I have full understanding and knowledge of them.
Well, because
Sir, they're engraved in my brain.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, well, yes, you engrave on stone. I can understand that being engraved in your brain. But you go to church every Sunday, Nate. So
Yes, sir.
It's church over there, sir.
Renody, what church you go to?
I mean, there's one next to my house.
I didn't ask you where the closest one was. I said, where do you go?
I usually go when I do go, I usually go to my old school. St. Mary's.
Oh, St. Mary's, Father Redinger, right?
He's a nice guy.
He's one of the best homilists around as far as
Yeah. But we all know his homilies because he repeats it every year.
Yeah. Nick, how you doing, bud? You might be quiet today.
Me?
Yeah, you.
I'm good.
You good? You like this kind of learning, this distance learning?
It's fine.
It's fine.
I'd rather be at school.
That's what I want to hear. I miss you guys. That's bad. Makai, let me get you unmuted here. Are you doing all right with this distance learning?
Yes, sir.
You like it better than being in school?
Yes.
Okay, because you don't like athletics.
Yep.
I know one of y'all got to tell me how to do something. I went over and took 4 videos of the inside of the gym with my phone. And the first time I did it, it was way too long and I couldn't download it. So I've got 4 different videos. How do I transfer them over to YouTube? Anybody know? Raise your hand.
You go to YouTube and you upload it to your account.
Yeah,
well, I can email it from my phone, right? As a message or an email to myself. And then how do I get it from there?
You go to I think you go to your email and you save it. And then, I don't even. If you already have it, why are you gonna email yourself?
Well, I got it on my phone because I took the pictures on my phone, so I got to get them into the computer. Hold on, Luke, I'm coming to you. I know you got this.
I'm sure.
Go ahead. Oh.
Ask Alexander.
Do you have it downloaded?
You need like a cord.
Let Luke talk. Go ahead.
Do you have it downloaded on your phone? Videos?
I've got it stored in my camera. All right. So when hold on a minute, let me get this thing open. When I go up here and push my little camera button, all right, and then down here at the bottom, I put pictures, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. And then I can put play. I don't know. Can y'all see that?
Yeah.
Sir.
See it. This wall here will be all in camouflage. Things that you can see in the middle of it. See out here? The road that's going in. 288. I got one on the inside. They're putting the bleachers already in. Hold on.
Howard's in too.
What do you say, huh?
Hmm?
Nick, is they doing something he shouldn't be doing?
No, he did this to me.
He was disking me. That's all right.
Oh, look, sir, he did this.
He did. Wait a minute. What did he do? Oh, that little smart ass. Okay, let me find it next. All right. I'm trying to get one with a gym floor. All right, let's try this one.
Sir, we can't see anything, sir. Sorry.
See it? All right, well then I'll just have to figure it out. There's the bleachers. I'll figure out how to download it. Forget it. Y'all don't want to see it anyway.
I want to see it.
I want to see it.
Well, I'll have to get somebody to help me figure out how to download. All right, well, it looks like the bell is rung. Class is over. Read your homework, study your vocab, and I shall see you on Thursday. Yes, Luke?
Really?
Any questions? Stay on board. If you don't, get on. I'm coming there, Wes. Yes, sir, Wes.
Yes, sir.
You have homework?
Just finish reading the chapter and start reviewing the vocabulary so you'll be ready for the test. Okay, the test will be next week. Yeah, Daniel, hold on. I'll get you unmuted somehow. Yeah, Daniel.
I was just saying I'm headed out.
Adios, amigos.
Sir, you should turn off Zion's chat.
Turn off Zion's chat.
He keeps texting.
Oh, he was texting back and forth while we were doing this. I'll do that. I'll cut off chat.
Who snitched? They are fed.
Aye.